Hey, what's up, YouTube? What is up, Raider Nation? It is your friend, Wi-Fi Willie, with the Raiders Rundown, and we're going to talk about several things going on with the Raiders. Tom Brady's retiring. Damon Arnette, former first-round pick, got into some trouble. I'll give you my opinion about that towards the end of this video. But first, going to talk about Josh McDaniels. He is meeting up with Mark Davis today officially, but we know these people have been talking through the back channels for several weeks and stuff like that. But he's meeting officially today. And I just wanted to say on Twitter, this is what I did. Real Wi-Fi Willie, add me on Twitter if you'd like. Hide your emails, Josh McDaniels. That's all I wanted to say. Hide your emails, bro. If you're going to be coach of the Raiders, I'm sure he said something over the past 20 years that probably could get him canceled. So I just want to let him know to hide his emails. Either way, Ian Rappaport is reporting today, Las Vegas. Update. The Raiders are interviewing Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels today, source said. It was a positive dinner last night with the team president Dan Ventrell, and owner Mark Davis joins them today. If all goes well today, the hire could come as quickly as this weekend. So, interesting stuff. And just to let you know, we will go live as soon as he is hired, if he's hired, or if he's not hired. Any big breaking news, we are going live on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and like, and also check here whenever any breaking news happens. But interesting stuff, and you know, I was thinking about this. A lot of people were upset about Josh McDaniels being hired, but it's really interesting. The fact that Ziegler can be a part of that says something special, in my opinion, because Ziegler has been sought after for several organizations. Bill Belichick had to retain David Ziegler because he could have been the GM of the Denver Broncos in 2020. So Bill Belichick has had to go out of his way to recruit this guy. And there's been several sources, just ESPN, NFL Network people, where they've done surveys around the league. And the top GM candidates, Dave Ziegler is always one of them. And so Las Vegas, the Raiders, it really is a serious destination where a lot of coaches and top-tier talent want to go, top scouts, top GMs, and everything, because it's a cash cow. I mean, look at Vegas. It's blowing up. Look at the stadium. It's beautiful facilities. And Mark Davis has shown he is willing to let people take over. He is not like his father, Al Davis, where he is going to get heavily involved in roster changes, coaching changes, hires, and whatnot. Mark Davis has shown that he really just wants the team on autopilot. I mean, he showed that with Reggie McKenzie, and then he showed that with John Gruden as well. So a lot of people want this job. Josh McDaniels has been waiting. I know people don't like him. They say he sucked in Denver, but he gets offers all the time. He is always rumored to be a head coach, and fans get stoked about it. Eagles happened a year ago. Obviously, we know what happened with the Colts, where he backed out of it. But he is always a top candidate, and people want him. People want this guy to be the coach of their team, and he's declined offers. Josh McDaniels and Dave Ziegler, they've declined offers, declined interviews. There's even rumors they've declined interviews because they want to go somewhere special, because they had that much leverage. They work currently for a world-class top organization, the Patriots, who've won multiple Super Bowls. You know, I think they've won them in dirty ways and whatnot, and they've been helped out a lot. But either way, they still are. It's still a cushy job. It's still a cushy job that you don't want to leave. So I think it's very serious that they're meeting in general, and I think it's good for the Raiders. I think despite what we may believe about some of these coaches, some of these GMs and whatnot, there's actually, Ian Rappaport even said last night on the Pat McAfee show, he said that Harbaugh was interested in the Raiders, but Davis wasn't interested in Harbaugh. So it just shows everybody, top talent, wants to join the Raiders. They want to come to Vegas. And that's crazy that he said that on TV. He knew we were all going to talk about it. But yeah, apparently Harbaugh wanted to join. We didn't want him. He's been to the NFC Championship multiple years in a row. I believe it's 3 years in a row when he joined the Niners. But he's been in college football for quite some time. So I kind of get why Davis would lean towards McDaniels, actively still in the NFL. And there is still a distance, right? It's not exactly the same as college. Yes, you've coached in the NFL before. You know, Harbaugh has, but that doesn't mean you're still in touch with everything that's happening. John Gruden, if anything, I believe was more in touch with what was happening because he never left the NFL. When he took a break from football, he was an analyst and still involved in the NFL industry. When you go to college, I just feel like it's different. And so that probably had a lot to do with Harbaugh wanting us, but us not necessarily wanting Harbaugh here. So the area of improvement that we can have if we get Harbaugh, I mentioned this yesterday, is red zone. We have problems in the red zone. Derek Carr cannot, Derek Carr in the offense, they just haven't scored the red zone. I also think it's because we don't have a solid running game. If we get a better running game, maybe something could happen. But Josh McDaniels last year with New England with Mac Jones, 7th in red zone touchdown percentage, 7th in points scored, and on third down. So that is actually pretty good. That's pretty good. You know what's interesting? The Devontae Adams rumors have swirled. He wants $30 million. I think if Josh McDaniels becomes the head coach of the Raiders, there's no $30 million for Devontae Adams. Just look at what Josh McDaniels does every single year. He always, creates an offense with breadcrumbs. He creates N'Keal Harry. Yeah, he had that draft pick at wide receiver. Nelson Aguilar, he had that signing last year. But if you go through the Patriots' acquisitions and free agency every single year, you can see defense clearly more money is allocated there. Josh McDaniels historically has just worked with crumbs over the past, I would say, 5 years in New England. Obviously, when he had Gronk and Aaron Hernandez, Brady, that was a little different. But for the most part, they don't have big money wide receivers in New England. So I think that means that I think he's going to do the same thing if he becomes the Raiders head coach. I don't think he's going to be signing some big free agent wide receiver all of a sudden if that's not what he's done historically. And we know the history. I just want to show you guys, in case you forgot, 11-17 as the head coach of the Broncos. He is 45 years old. Since 2012, has been the offensive coordinator and QB coach of the Patriots. So quite a resume to have. Tom Brady. Oh, Brady. Let's give a boo for Brady, guys. Brady lost and got knocked out of the playoffs. So now he has to retire. He's sad. The refs didn't help him out this time. So Adam Schefter's reporting, Tom Brady is retiring from football after 22 extraordinary seasons, multiple sources tell him. And if you're watching this video, it's all over the news. Brady's retiring. Oh, no, Brady's retiring. Dude, F Tom Brady, okay? I do not like Brady at all. I'm a Raider fan. I don't forget the tuck rule. And I've watched this dude complain. I don't want to say curse words, but B-word and moan all the time when officials don't help him out. And they always do help him out. So what are you complaining about, Brady? You won multiple rings because officials love you. Look, you get the fist bump at the bottom. You got that other ref trying to help Brady up after he failed, and then you got another fist bump on top. So no matter where Brady is gone, you could see him hugging and loving a ref. So Raider Nation, comment F Tom Brady in the comments. Dude, I don't respect this guy. I don't like this guy. And I've been making the case on my channel that at this point, and clearly it's true if Brady's retiring, at this point in their careers, Derek Carr is a better QB than Tom Brady. At this point, Carr 30, Brady 40-something, not quite 45. He couldn't reach the 45 target he had for himself, when he wanted to retire. Not quite, but still. Clearly, Brady's hanging it up. Carr, I think, is a better talent. That's why Josh McDaniels, I think, is going to be able to do greater things with Derek Carr since he's had to work with the unathletic Tom Brady. Witnesses say Arnette lost his valet parking ticket and became enraged when the parking attendants refused to give him the keys to his car. He pulled out a pistol and began threatening the valet staff. When he was arrested, the police found drugs in his pocket. So Netway released by the Chiefs today after this happened last night on Friday. I don't like how it says drugs in the pocket because, it was marijuana. So I don't know. Whatever you guys want to say about that. I just don't think it's that crazy. Drugs kind of makes it sound like he has like heroin or meth in his pocket. And, it wasn't that. It was marijuana. But that way, man, this guy's been a huge disappointment. It sucks that we wasted a first-round pick. And that's why nepotism could burn you, right? Damon Arnette, yeah, he played next to Okuda, and you thought maybe he would be great coming out of Ohio State. But he has failed on the field. And here's the thing. He failed on the field. You can do stuff like this. You can make mistakes like this. You see it all the time in the NFL. People make mistakes. And they still play. And they still play because they are talented. Clearly, Damon Arnette, Netway, doesn't have the talent to make these mistakes. So if you're going to go out here and make some mistakes, threaten people's life, he should get punished to the full extent of the law for this, in my opinion. Like, if any of us, if I or you did this, we would straight up get locked up and throw away the key. If we made the death threats on Instagram, hit and run, and now this, threatening a valet staff with a pistol, we might even be whatever. I don't want to get into it, but I am going to say this is incredibly disappointing, especially like someone like me who's making YouTube videos. Whenever something comes out about a Raiders player, and back when the Instagram video came out of Damon Arnette making death threats, I always say you're innocent until proven guilty, and I try to give the player the benefit of the doubt. I always try to do that, and maybe I should stop. Because Netway, when that video was released, I was like, hey, there's not a current lawsuit going on about the video. We don't know if it was a joke sent to his friend, taken out of context. We don't know the full extent to the story, and we still don't know. But apparently it's serious. Apparently he's causing problems like this, and it's disappointing because Michael Irvin is related to him. He's had so much help to get to the NFL. So many players struggle to make it in the NFL, and they don't have, an uncle or whatever who's been in the NFL for several years, who's potentially a Hall of Famer, helping them out. They don't have even the money because, it's not like he's coming from no money if you got Hall of Famers in your family, right? A lot of players struggle and don't even have all that, and then they still don't even get the opportunities that Netway has gotten, So I think it's disappointing. I think it's messed up. And you know what? He's had every opportunity. He's had it easy, in my opinion. He's gotten into the league. He's gotten into Ohio State because he has recognition through his family. And maybe he never had the talent to back it up, never had the discipline and attitude to back it up, and it was all just nepotism that got him here. And unfortunately, the Raiders made the mistake of drafting him in the first round. And I believe, and I defend John Gruden a lot, but I think that was the biggest mistake of the John Gruden era, and he takes responsibility for that, and so does Mike Mayock. And maybe that's why Mayock, at least, is not here anymore. Who knows? Because Mayock likes to put all the bad picks on Gruden. Oh, I had concerns about Netway. Oh, yeah, you're saying that now? Then why did Mark Davis can you? Yes, we're getting a whole new regime, right? There's that. But I just feel like Mayock has been brushing a lot of the blame of the bad picks on Gruden. I don't know about that. Let me know what you guys think about that. Hey, like this video if you watched it all the way through. Subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. We're posting videos practically every day, sometimes multiple times if there's breaking news. By the way, come to this channel. If there is breaking news, we will go live instantly. This is Wi-Fi Willie of the Raiders Rundown. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace out. Have a good one. Later.